Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nobody anticipated that the Poly family on Sister Wives would disintegrate when the show debuted. Now, however, it's clear what caused the fallout. Kody Brown's prejudice against Robyn Brown, his youngest wife, drove the rest of his family away, as anybody who has followed the Browns knows. Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown, his first 3 marriages, cut ties with Kody after realizing that he would never put their needs first. However, upon deeper inspection, it becomes evident that Kody's partiality was not the only issue. Although Robyn is sometimes viewed by fans as Sister Wives' primary antagonist, Kody was more involved in all of the events. Since Kody lacks these qualities, his function as a patriarch was supposed to be about leadership and fairness. And Kody's last poor choice was to relocate the family to Flagstaff. The Brown family's relocation from Las Vegas to Flagstaff was as financially damaging as it gets, notwithstanding their many dubious actions. This occurred during Sister Wives Season 13, over 7 years after the family had relocated to Las Vegas to avoid prosecution for polygamy in Utah. However, purchasing a massive plot of property on a whim doesn't seem rational, in contrast to the first action. It also didn't make much sense that they relocated before listing all 4 of their homes in Vegas for sale. Many fans don't like how Kody coerced his whole family into making the move. Without discussing any of the repercussions, the father of the Brown family persisted in pressuring his wives to think about moving. At the time, the market was ideal for selling, Kody said. However, when you consider that they ended up in a more costly place, that argument is disproved. Kody's divorce from his first 3 spouses was also influenced by the emotional toll the move took on their kids. It's difficult enough to move as a teenager, but it comes across as reckless to move because your father feels it's time to change things up without a good reason. By uprooting their life and expecting them to complete their junior and senior years in a new location, Kody demonstrated no empathy for his high school-age children. Gwendolyn Brown and Gabe Brown said they were unhappy with the choice. It even cost Gabe a possible wrestling scholarship. Kody, however, didn't care what his kids thought. Even more distressing is the fact that Robyn, whose son Dayton Brown was attending college in Las Vegas, encouraged Kody's wish to relocate there. Robyn made a huge issue out of wanting to support Dayton during the transition and asserted that she needed to be close to him during Sister Wives Season 13. However, Robyn could have easily forced Dayton to apply to Las Vegas institutions because she was actively involved in his college applications. Robyn apparently desired to relocate to Flagstaff. Curiously, the discussion about the move started shortly after Kody began spending time with Maddie Brown, his and Janelle's daughter, and her son, Axel. The move might have been a calculated attempt to isolate Kody, and it would be the first time, as Robyn could never stand him concentrating on anyone but her and her children. Robyn unintentionally disclosed that her father resided there even during the family's initial move, implying that Kody had twice uprooted his family because Robyn requested it. Kody seems to base her choices on convenience in both situations. Kody's choice of a residence where only Robyn's family lived was a serious red signal, even though the other members of the family had other connections elsewhere. Despite the drama, Meri, Janelle, and Christine were able to leave this poisonous dynamic with the strength that came from moving to Flagstaff, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise. While their Coyote Pass property was being built, they were unable to find a house that would fit their family structure after the transfer. Consequently, Kody's 4 women and their offspring were dispersed around the city. In addition, Kody spent the most of the COVID-19 quarantine living with Robyn, which allowed the other spouses ample opportunity to learn how to live without Kody. Kody's need for control is highlighted by the way that moving the family to Flagstaff came off as an attempt to keep them on their toes anytime they started becoming too independent. Ironically, though, the choice backfired miserably. When Kody and Robyn weren't breathing down their necks, Meri, Janelle, and Christine felt at ease with their complete independence due to the planned physical distance. Perhaps things would not have turned out the way they did if Kody had chosen this choice. Meri Brown was a wife who was clingy. In any case, according to her ex-husband. According to Kody Brown, Meri was all over him, to the extent of upsetting his previous spouses. During Sunday's Sister Wives episode, Love Covers All Wrongs, Kody talked candidly about Meri's clinginess. The family's Valentine's Day celebration brought up the subject. Robyn clarified that prior to her joining the family, Kody's ex-partners Christine, Janelle, and Meri made the decision to avoid displaying affection in front of the other women. Since it left Kody and all of his wives feeling alone, Robyn acknowledged that she considered it a mistake. Robyn reasoned that even while it might have made the women envious of one another, it wouldn't have had much of an impact because they were already jealous of one another. Kody reveals his reasons for withdrawing his love from Meri. Kody had mentioned that it was difficult to have her around because he couldn't be as affectionate with Robyn as he wanted to be, Meri told producers during a confessional in the most recent episode. During his confessional, Kody also mentioned, "Meri was clingy when we got married. She was smitten with me," Kody went on, mimicking Meri's adoration for him. "She was always all over me." Additionally, Kody stated that Meri, his first wife, would sit in his lap as he courted Janelle, his second wife. "Hey, Janelle's not comfortable seeing that affection that you're giving Meri," says Janelle's mother, "dragging me away." Kody admitted it. Kody defended his actions by saying that he never even developed affection for Janelle and started withdrawing from Meri as a result of this viewpoint. Kody's ex-partners provide their opinions on expressing love. The other Browns shared their thoughts on expressing love in their multiple marriages. According to Janelle, there need to be no regulations. According to her, husbands and wives ought to act in a way that benefits both them and their sister wives. For Meri, it was contingent upon their marital status. When they were happy, she didn't mind witnessing him show affection with his other wives. However, it was really hard for her to watch if Meri and Kody were at odds. When her marriage to Kody was in a dreadful state, Christine described it as insulting to see Kody and another woman show affection. Further, Robyn was always more interested and wanted to have physical affection, like in front of the other wives, according to Christine. Robyn proved that Christine's assumption was accurate. Robyn has consistently supported PDA. According to Robyn, couples feel safe and secure when they display affection for one another. If Kody could have shown affection, or we could have shown affection to him, it would have made each wife feel more secure and at ease, Robyn said. Fighting in front of one another was acceptable. She went on to say, "It was acceptable to sit there and get tense with each other, but it wasn't acceptable to express love, support, care, or a tender word. That wasn't permitted." According to previews for Sister Wives, Robyn Brown has begun to accuse Meri Brown. After the Browns took a break from filming, the second half of season 19 is now available. The audience is eager to see what happens at the end of the season and wants to know if this will be the final season. As the tension and drama increase, we get a better look at Robyn's remarks on Meri. Regarding Meri, what did Robyn say? Since Robyn became a member of the Brown family, Meri and Robyn have a long history together. Because Kody Brown wanted to adopt Roby's children from her first marriage, Meri filed for a formal divorce from him. Despite the apparent animosity, Meri and Robyn did end up becoming close friends. Since Meri departed the plural marriage, it seems that their friendship has gone. Robyn recently attacked Meri for the way she handles her in public. Meri was accused by Robyn of making fun of her in public. Although Meri believes that they would still be friends if they were close, Robyn has persisted in telling viewers that she would stop at nothing to help her. What caused their friendship to end? Meri hasn't been Robyn's best friend, in her opinion. Since Meri left the plural marriage, their friendship has suffered. According to Robyn, recently, I was deeply offended to learn that she was publicly berating me and making fun of me in front of her friends. I'm upset. Robyn is very upset by the rumors, even if it never happened, because she feels like they were close, at least once. The divorces also caused the dissolution of other friendships. Prior to their breakup with Kody Brown, Christine and Janelle Brown were very close. It appears that none of the women are planning to maintain connections with their ex-partners, and that they are all in new places these days. To find out if any of these friendships ever get back together, we'll be watching the upcoming Sister Wives episodes. Janelle Brown, actress of Sister Wives, has provided a heartbreaking update on her North Carolina property. Fans really enjoy seeing updates on this. Tata Farm's opening is not proceeding as planned, but Janelle is keeping her followers informed along the road, and she has more news for them. There is much to review. To learn more about this circumstance, continue reading. Opening at Tata Farms doesn't proceed as expected. Janelle Brown resides with her son-in-law and daughter. At the moment, they are working to open Tata Farms. Their land in North Carolina is 144 acres. On the legal side of things, though, they are running into a lot of obstacles. Janelle is attempting to obtain permits to cultivate this amount of land. However, it has been challenging to get started because the government has been holding her license for around 9 months. They are making the most of it, even though this is not what they had hoped for in the process. Fans have even received an update on the farm from Janelle. Janelle Brown provides a heartbreaking update on NC land. As for Tata Farms and Janelle, not much has changed. Their license is still pending. She did disclose, though, that they are beginning to garden in their backyard. The dogs are unable to enter the fenced-in area. They also made the decision not to purchase chickens just yet. Janelle did point out, though, that gardening is a pleasant form of exercise. Completed a significant amount of the backyard garden's planting. This is my gardening outlet while we wait what seems like an eternity for the government agencies to cease being government agencies and accept our licenses, you guys. It's been over 9 months faced with raised eyebrow, flushed face. For now, we are delaying the purchase of more hens face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. And I just saw the dirt on my nose when I came in to wash up. I suppose I have dirt, while others have flour, adult, sheaf of rice. Their licenses to begin farming on their 144 acres of property appear to still be pending approval. They are, nevertheless, beginning some projects in their backyard. They haven't started doing chickens yet, but it will also be in the future for them. Supporters are eager to find out when Tata Farms will open and what they plan to do with it. The fact that Janelle is improving herself and leading her best life is adored by viewers. How do you feel about her most recent update? Are you looking forward to more? Comment below with your thoughts. Your opinions on this matter would be greatly appreciated. Kody Brown moving his family from Las Vegas was decision-making at its worst, the shocking fallout, and what went wrong. Introduction. Kody Brown, the infamous patriarch of Sister Wives, has made countless decisions that have left fans and critics scratching their heads. But none may have been as controversial or perplexing as his choice to uproot his family from Las Vegas, a city that offered financial stability, opportunities, and convenience, to move to the more remote and uncertain land of Coyote Pass in Arizona. This move, which he heralded as a fresh start for his family, has instead spiraled into a series of ongoing issues, both financially and emotionally, that no one saw coming. From broken promises to land ownership disputes and fractured relationships, the fallout from Kody's decision has rocked the Brown family to its core. Was this move truly in the best interest of his wives and children, or was it yet another decision driven by Kody's ego and need for control? In this article, we'll explore the disastrous consequences of the move and break down why it was, without a doubt, decision-making at its worst. Chapter 1. The Dream of Coyote Pass. Why Kody thought it was the best option. When Kody first announced his family's move from Las Vegas to Coyote Pass, he painted a picture of a utopian dream. The land was vast, the possibilities were endless, and it seemed like the perfect place for each wife to have their own space while living in close proximity to one another. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to build a new future on a blank canvas. But what Kody failed to take into account was the harsh reality of living in a remote location with no infrastructure, no easy access to resources, and no immediate financial payoff. In this chapter, we'll break down why Kody thought Coyote Pass was the answer to all of the Brown family's problems and examine the motivations behind his decision. Was this move based on practicality, or was it driven by a desire to maintain control over his wives and children? Chapter 2. The Financial Nightmare. Was Coyote Pass a sound investment? One of the most glaring problems with the move from Las Vegas to Coyote Pass was the financial burden it placed on Kody and his wives. Las Vegas was a city where they had established roots, with access to steady work and income streams. Moving to a remote location meant that they were now responsible for buying land, developing it, and creating living spaces, an expensive and long-term endeavor. In this chapter, we'll take a deep dive into the financial implications of the move. What was the cost of purchasing Coyote Pass? How much has Kody and his family spent on developing the property, and where is the money coming from? We'll also explore the mounting debt and the slow progress of their construction plans. Could Kody have anticipated these problems, or was he blinded by his own desire for self-sufficiency and autonomy? Chapter 3. The Emotional Toll, how the move strained Kody's relationships with his wives. While Kody was enthusiastic about the move, the reaction from his wives was less than stellar. Each wife had different expectations about the move, and as time went on, those expectations were crushed under the weight of unmet promises, delays, and Kody's inability to properly manage the situation. The stress of dealing with the financial burdens, combined with the isolation of living on a rural property with no community support, created a perfect storm for tension between Kody and his wives. In this chapter, we'll explore how each wife, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, reacted to the move and how it affected their individual relationships with Kody. From Meri's continued struggles with Kody's lack of emotional support to Janelle's growing frustration with the lack of progress, we'll dissect how the move from Las Vegas put a strain on the Brown family dynamics. Chapter 4. Coyote Pass Land Issues, the hidden struggles of land ownership and development. Kody's move to Coyote Pass was not just about relocating his family, it was also about establishing a life of independence and self-sufficiency. However, the harsh realities of land ownership and development became all too clear as time went on. With no immediate access to utilities, road access, or even a clear plan for construction, the land became more of a financial drain than a promising opportunity. In this chapter, we'll look at the ongoing struggles the Browns have faced with Coyote Pass. From zoning and legal issues to the logistical nightmares of building on remote land, we'll explore the nitty-gritty of land ownership and development in a way that Kody and the family could never have predicted. We'll also discuss how these issues have led to mounting frustration and delays, leaving the family in a constant state of limbo. Chapter 5. The Family Division, how Kody's move has widened the gap between him and his wives. Perhaps the most significant consequence of Kody's move to Coyote Pass has been the division it has created within his family. His wives, once united in their shared purpose of living in a plural marriage, now find themselves at odds with Kody. Christine has openly expressed her dissatisfaction with the move and her unhappiness with the way Kody has handled the situation. Janelle's patience is wearing thin, and even Robyn, Kody's most supportive wife, is beginning to question the long-term viability of the family's situation. In this chapter, we'll explore the deepening divide within the Brown family. How has Kody's decision impacted his relationship with each wife, and what does this mean for their future together? Can the Browns recover from the emotional toll of this move, or is it the beginning of the end for Kody's plural family? Chapter 6. The Breakup. Is Kody's dream of a unified family over? As tensions rise and progress on Coyote Pass stalls, it becomes increasingly clear that Kody's dream of a unified family living together on the land is slipping further away. With each passing day, the fractures between Kody and his wives deepen, leading to emotional confrontations and difficult decisions. In this chapter, we'll dive into the ultimate fallout from Kody's decision to move his family. Is the Brown family irrevocably broken, or is there still hope for reconciliation? We'll analyze the emotional journeys of Kody's wives and children as they come to terms with the reality that the move to Coyote Pass might be the worst decision Kody ever made. Chapter 7. The Legacy of Coyote Pass. What the Browns will take from this experience. Despite the many failures of the Coyote Pass move, it's impossible to ignore the lasting impact it will have on the Brown family. In this final chapter, we'll reflect on the lessons learned from the disastrous move and how the Browns will move forward. Will Kody and his wives rebuild their lives and create new opportunities? Or will they leave Coyote Pass behind and find new paths to happiness? We'll explore what the future holds for the Brown family and how this experience will shape their decisions moving forward. Can Kody find redemption after one of his biggest mistakes, or is his family's future already sealed? Conclusion: Kody Brown's decision to move his family from Las Vegas to Coyote Pass was a bold and ambitious one, but it turned out to be a decision-making disaster. From financial woes to emotional strain, the move has caused irreparable damage to the Brown family dynamic. While the family may try to rebuild from the rubble, the damage caused by Kody's ill-fated decision will likely have long-lasting consequences for years to come. The question remains, can the Browns recover, or has Kody's biggest mistake sealed their fate?